This is a video for all the leaders out there, all the men and women going their own direction. We have a great project ahead of us, a great destiny of retribalizing, of building a culture and a community that is strong, that is magnificent. Again, it is an antidote to the sickness that we see in this world. And on this quest, we need to put ideology in its place, because it is a weaponized form of divisiveness between people, and also it's inherently narcissistic. it's this, as we get older, a lot of people don't even know what their ideology is, but the revolutionaries out here, the philosophers, the people like who are more maybe developed, you kind of know what your ideology is, and as you get older, you become more rigid in it. And this has good and bad. I want to talk about ideology in this video, and it's really important. This was inspired by a recent debacle in my men's community of some very politically far-right commentary. There's parts of it I agree with, there's parts of it I disagree with, but ultimately it being interjected into a men's circle is so divisive, because we are here to grow as men, to create greater accountability, greater intellectual and character development, and create a sense of brotherhood. But ideology, not a group of people is ever going to truly share in that. It's not going to create an actual community. All you're going to create is a cult of fanatics if you actually do find a group that share your ideology. The thing is if we actually want to create a revolutionary type of tribe, or you want to start some kind of revolutionary movement in the truest sense in this world, ideology needs to take a backseat, okay? Here's what's far more important. What's far more important than ideology is character, okay? It's so funny. People who might come from my super nerdy side of the philosophical world of Nietzschean, Evolian, pagan, hermetic, whatever. A lot of those people I don't actually like. You might share my ideology, but we're not gonna be friends. And that's the interesting thing is I have a best friend who's probably a leftist, right? And yeah, his worldview is totally different than mine, but we actually agree on a few foundational points, being that the corruption in society, the sickness that is devastating community, the late stage capitalism, all of this, he has different answers in terms of being more socialist and being vegan and all these things, and I don't really care. The thing is we know the same enemy, and he has a good heart. And that's the thing is the beliefs in someone's mind change. They come from the information we have received and the experiences we've had. Beliefs don't matter that much. Someone's heart and character matter far more, right? What is the integrity of this person? Is he fun to be around? Does he have outstanding qualities? Does he have inherent excellences in his being? That shit matters so much more. And it's people who are super ideologically driven, fanatical, it's immaturity. It's narcissism. It's these Redditor nerds who are red-pilled sitting in their room talking about how to build the ideal society. And it's yo, get together with 100 people and try to build anything that's remotely beautiful. And you're gonna have to learn so much. Your worldview right now is inherently so flawed. And the only way to actually come to maybe a true ideology or a true state is to put ideology in its place, get together with people who know a common enemy, the global slave state, big pharma, big tech, big ag, and this shadow hand that is creating this infestation of sickness within everything. If we understand that as the enemy, I don't really care what your solutions are. Know the enemy and have a good heart. If we have those two things in common, we have potential to actually build true friendship, true allyship and camaraderie. I don't really care if you're politically left or right. I don't really care if you're a Christian or a pagan. I don't really care if you're a vegan or a carnivore. This shit is all fringe, it's all details. And yet these are the most divisive issues for so many people who watch this channel, for so many people out there. And it's one of my first principles is to create vitality and create community, and not a forced community, but an authentic, inspiring tribe of brothers and sisters who are working towards a common ideal. I think so many people want this. It's the only way we're actually gonna have kids. It's the only way we're actually gonna have food sovereignty. It's the only way that we can, rebel against the nihilism and sickness of our culture and start something new. But to do that, you need to put your first principles correctly, is know your enemy enemy and look for hearts, not minds. Look for hearts, not minds. Does someone have spiritedness, right? Do they have do they have a good character? That's so much freaking more important. I meet so many people from my ideological leanings that I literally couldn't stand to be around. So if you're watching this and you're very ideologically motivated man or woman, it's time to go touch some grass out here a little bit. And I'm not saying ideology is cool in the sense of it is essentially your beliefs, your value system of how you can create your most flourishing life and flourishing society. I think these are really important things to study. To study things like Plato's Republic, to study Evola, Nietzsche, Schopenhauer, the great philosophers, to study political theory, right? I think all of this is super important, but it has to take a backseat because your direct relationship to people and your direct relationship to life has to be your first and main teacher. And the experience that you are creating has to be your main guide. And when that is actually leading the charge, you have the capacity to actually band people together. And when you band people together, you start sharing ideas and you start sharing experiences. So you actually create a shared ideology in the future. And that is what real culture is. Culture does not start from one man or women or a couple men and women with this fanatical belief trying to indoctrinate people into it. It starts by men and women banding together with a shared enemy and a common heart going in a certain direction. And where that direction may diverge, it doesn't matter because as they accumulate more experiences and similar information, ideologically they will align. So I guess this is what I want to say in this video. It's an important message for leaders out there. I know I speak to a few of them. So there you have it. If you are a leader, entrepreneur, builder, if you're a man on a mission out there or you're looking for your mission, I encourage you to join my men's community where we don't have an ideology, we have principles. And those principles are about maximizing our impact, our strength and vitality, and meaning in life. If that's something that sounds awesome to you, there's a link in the description to talk to me one-on-one. If not, see you at the next video. Hope you like this one. Peace.